What's up, everyone? It's finally Friday on Talk Radio, and you already know what that means. We made it. Another week conquered, another step closer to those dreams, and another reason to celebrate you. Go ahead, give yourself a round of applause. Seriously, you learned it. If you're at home, clap it out. At work, tap that desk like it's a drum solo. Out in public, just hit him with a smooth head nod like, yeah, I made it. Now check it. We're officially in April. And today is April 4th, 2025. We're 25.75% of the way through the year. That's 13 weeks and 3 days. Or if you're counting down like I do, 94 days. 2,256 hours. 135,360 minutes. And a wild 8,121,600 seconds into 2025. And what a wild ride it's been already. This week had it all. Great conversations, big headlines, personal wins, a few curveballs, and of course, the kind of unexpected surprises that make life a little chaotic. But never boring. That's what keeps things spicy, right? Here's the game plan for today. We're breaking down the biggest moments from this week's shows. Everything from the funny to the freaky, the real to the ridiculous. And the freaky, I know all about the freaky. We'll chat weekend plans, local events, entertainment recs, and a few left field suggestions to make your next 2 days way more interesting. And of course, we'll sprinkle in some motivation to help you finish strong and start your weekend feeling good. So whether you're listening while you work, chilling on the couch, road tripping with the windows down, or stuck in traffic dreaming about that first glorious sip of weekend freedom, kick back and vibe with me. Because this episode, it's all about you and what's coming next.
The following is rated TV MA and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to another Finally Friday on Talk Radio. It's your host, Jonathan Riley, and we made it through another week. Can you believe it? April is already here, and this week has been packed with great conversations, big stories, and a couple surprises along the way. Now, I know some of you out there are feeling that end of the week grind, just itching for the weekend to officially start. So here's the plan. We're going to break down the best moments from this week's episodes, talk about some awesome weekend events, and keep the good vibes rolling. Oh, and I know you were looking forward to hearing from Michael Allison today. Well, he had to reschedule, but don't worry, we've got plenty of amazing content coming your way, and I'll be sharing some stories and fun updates to keep you entertained. So whether you're listening while at work, chilling at home, stuck in traffic, counting down the minutes to freedom, I've got you covered. So, let's dive right in. Let's do this. All right, let's kick things off with our weekend review. If you missed any of our episodes this week, don't worry, I got you covered with the highlights. Monday, it was titled Turning Setbacks into Comebacks. Monday was all about resilience. We broke down some of the biggest comeback stories in history. Legends like Walt Disney, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, and J.K. Rowling, who all faced rejection, failure, and doubt before reaching greatness. But it wasn't just about famous names. We talked about personal strategies to bounce back from setbacks, from shifting your mindset to taking small, powerful steps forward. If you've ever felt like giving up, this episode was one to check out. Tuesday was Trending Tuesday. Used to be Transformative Tuesday. I switched it, changed the name, Trending Tuesday. So Tuesday was all about the hottest trends, from entertainment to sports to pop culture. We broke down the week's biggest headlines, from the latest blockbuster news to some unexpected celebrity drama. I won't spoil it all, but let's just say a certain movie announcement had everyone talking. I'm still trying to remember what movie announcement I was talking about. But, it's all good. Bonus question for my viewers. What's the biggest trend you're following right now? Let me know on social media. I might feature your responses next week. And remember to put hashtag Talk Radio. Let's start using some hashtags to get my Talk Radio name out there. Hashtag Talk Radio. Then we have Wednesday. Wedgie Wednesday, my favorite name of the week. Wedgie Wednesday. Now, Wednesday was a wild one. If you're new to Wedgie Wednesday, just know it's where we let loose and dive into some of the funniest, most bizarre, and sometimes completely ridiculous stories out there. This week, we tackled some legendary public pranks, awkward viral moments, and well, let's just say if you've ever been part of a harmless prank gone wrong, you might relate. Then we had Thursday, another one of my favorite nights of the week, Time Warp Thursday, where we talk about the unsolved mysteries and stuff. And it was the Bermuda Triangle and Area 51 this week. Yesterday was all about mystery. We dove into two of the most fascinating unsolved phenomena, the Bermuda Triangle and Area 51. The theories were insane, from government cover-ups to supernatural explanations. Some of those missing plane cases, man, they still send chills down my spine. Sorry, I had to burp. Trivia time. Did you know that Flight 19, the squadron that vanished in the Bermuda Triangle, had one of the eeriest distress calls ever recorded? The lead pilot was heard saying, "We are entering white water. Nothing seems right. We don't know where we are." And then silence. See, so that was basically the wham bam thank you ma'am of the weekend review there. Each episode and kind of what was talked about, what was discussed, what was the purpose of the days, and that's how my week goes, Monday through Friday. Uh, it's kind of fun. And I got backgrounds for each episode, so it's different and it's not the same. And I just, hope people start enjoying my channel more, engaging with me, talking, using those hashtags, hashtag talk radio, hashtag finally Friday. Mondays you can use hashtag motivational Monday. Each night you can have that hashtag. Trending Tuesday, Wedgie Wednesday, Time Warp Thursday, finally Friday. Start using those hashtags. It'll help kind of with the advertisement of my show and get people kind of maybe interested in coming to watch and give me those views, give me those likes and shares and subscribes. I'm looking for subscribers, because I already posted a short saying what I'll do if I get to 1,000 subscribers. The wife put me up to it. I would dress like a girl, makeup and all, a dress, all that stuff. And it'll probably be on like a Wedgie Wednesday episode where it's like the craziness of the world. Me dressed up as a girl is kind of crazy. But I'll do it if I can get to 1,000 subscribers. It's all up to my viewers. It's all up to you guys to advertise, get my name out there. Share talk radio. Get people interested in seeing what I'm all about over here on YouTube. And just kind of having fun with it. I enjoy making these videos, whether I get a lot of views or a lot of subscriptions or not. I just like doing it. It's fun. It's entertaining to me and everybody else, I hope. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But, it's how the world is when you're doing a show. You're trying to build an audience. Trying to get people to watch you. I will get better at the whole kind of talking, storytelling, narration of the show, being more of a smooth going through the show, and actually like not having these side discussions about subscribers and views and blah blah blah. I will start trying to leave all that stuff out and just kind of go with my script and try to make the episodes as long as possible, but entertaining. You want to keep people watching. And I've heard and stuff, if the episodes kind of go too long, you lose interest. People be like, okay, he's talking for an hour about nothing. We got to change the channel here. Go to another YouTube video. I want to keep y'all watching me and kind of build my audience, and my views. So, we'll see what happens. Alright, enough about the past week. Let's look forward to the weekend. What's everyone up to? Got any fun plans? I want to hear all about it. Drop a comment, send a message, or hit me up on social media. Let's make this weekend feel like a celebration. My weekend plans? Well, first up, I'll be pre-recording some upcoming episodes for the show. Keeping the content rolling, making sure everything's ready to go for next week. I'm also going to be brainstorming new segments. So if you have any ideas, feel free to hit me up. Anything fun, wild, or offbeat, I'm all ears. And finally, hey, of course, I'm carving out some much needed downtime. Gotta recharge those batteries, right? I mean, gotta have a break once in a while. So, gonna be like carving out a little bit of downtime from recording or doing anything show related and get a little bit of chill time. But enough about me. I want to hear from you, my audience. Are you going to a concert this weekend? Maybe planning a game night with friends? Or are you finally going to tackle that project you've been putting off for weeks? Whatever it is, share it with me. Hashtag it. Finally Friday. Talk radio. Weekend plans. Whatever. So next week, teaser. Here's a little teaser for next week. Next week, we've got more of our Motivational Mondays to keep you inspired and on track for the week ahead. I'm not going to give too much details about what I'm going to talk about those episodes. I want to keep things kind of, secretive. We'll be bringing you more Trending Tuesdays with the latest hot topics from entertainment, pop culture, and all the things you need to know. And here's a little tease. I'm thinking of launching a new listener Q&A segment or viewers Q&A segment. That's right, your questions, my answers, and maybe even some surprises along the way. So, stay tuned for that. If you want to go check out social media over on Facebook at Talk Radio on Facebook, and just hashtag like viewer Q&A, hashtag viewer Q&A, hashtag Talk Radio, and send a question, and I'll answer it on the show. That way you guys can, kind of know more about me, and whatever questions you want answered, I can answer, or at least try to answer. Now, if you're going to ask me some stuff that I don't know nothing about, y'all ain't going to get no good answers, because I'm going to be like, I don't know. Why you ask me that? I don't know. I mean, if you're going to ask me some stuff like, I don't know, some weird off-the-wall questions, you're going to get some weird off-the-wall answers, because I'll just kind of come up with something out of my crazy mind and answer it with some weird stuff. But that's the deal for thinking about launching that sometime this next week. I will let you know on social media, and then you guys can start kind of asking questions, and I'll throw it all together as question and answer. You having the questions, me giving the answers, and that might help with some, entertainment, engagement, the audience being a part of this thing. I want everybody to be entertained, have fun, and be part of the show. It's not just about me, it's about y'all. Y'all. See, I sound like a country hick. So if you ask me, why do you sound like a country hick? I don't know. I live in Washington. I don't know why I sound like a country hick. Washington people don't sound like that. So, but yeah, send in those questions and answers. Or the questions. I will give you the answers. I'll try to anyways. I don't know. I'm lost in America. It's word in the bird to the turd. Yeah. Alright, y'all. A new little feature here for Fridays. I'll decide if I keep this after this week, but I think it sounds kind of fun. Calling it Fun Friday, okay? So, alright, since our interview guests have to reschedule, we're switching things up with a Fun Friday feature. I think you're going to love it. It's called What Would You Do? A segment where I throw out some wild scenarios, and you have to decide what you would do in that situation. Think of it as a mix of ethical dilemmas, survival questions, and a little bit of absurdity just to keep things interesting. And I don't want to just hear myself talking. I want to hear from you. So be sure to message in, drop a comment, or hit me up on social media with your answers, because I'll be reading some of the best ones on next week's show. And add the hashtags, hashtag Fun Friday, hashtag Talk Radio. That way I know it's for Fun Friday, and, go from there. So scenario number 1, numero uno, the mystery package. Alright, here's a situation that would definitely make some of us pause. You go home to find a mysterious package at your door. It's a standard cardboard box, but there's something off about it. No return address, no tracking number, and your name is handwritten, but it doesn't quite match anyone you know. So now the big question, what would you do? Do you A, open it immediately, because let's be real, curiosity always wins. B, call a friend to come over just in case it's something weird or sketchy. Or C, report it to the authorities because you've watched way too many crime documentaries and this has true crime podcasts written all over it.
D.
Let's think
Blow
about
it up with dynamite.
I already got part of my audience blabbing back here instead of going to social media and sharing. But anyways, let's think about this. We've all seen those viral TikToks where people get random Amazon packages. But what if it's something completely unexpected? Would you rip it open like a kid on Christmas? Or would you be paranoid and cautious? I need to know how you would handle it. Scenario number 2, the time travel ticket. Next up, we're taking a trip through time. Imagine this. A stranger hands you a single-use ticket for a one-way trip to any year in history, past or future. But here's the catch. There's no coming back. You can choose to stay right here in the present, or you can pack your bags and hop to any time period in human history. So what would you do? If you go back in time, maybe you'd want to witness an epic historical event, like the moon landing or ancient Egypt at its peak. Or maybe you'd head straight into the future to see flying cars, space colonies, and AI overlords ruling the world. But is the future really that amazing? What if you jump ahead and boom, the world is a wasteland, Mad Max style, and you're stuck fighting for survival? On the flip side, what if you go back in time and realize modern plumbing is something you took for granted? So tell me, are you taking the trip? If so, where and when are you headed? Interesting. Scenario number 3, the $10 million secret. All right, let's talk about the ultimate test of self-control. Okay, you've just won $10 million life-changing money. You've just won $10 million life-changing money. But there's a catch. To claim the money, you have to keep it a complete secret for one whole year. If even one person finds out, the money disappears. Now, let's be honest. This sounds so much easier than it really is. No fancy purchases, no wild vacations, no sudden early retirement posts on social media. How do you pull this off? A, go completely off the grid because, let's face it, keeping quiet is harder than it sounds. B, create an elaborate cover story for why you suddenly seem happier and more financially stress-free. Or C, tell just one person you really trust, but risk it all. And be honest, could you actually keep your mouth shut for an entire year? I know damn well I couldn't. Would the temptation to flex just be too strong, or do you have the ultimate poker face? Scenario number 4, the would you rather career change. All right, let's switch things up with a tough career dilemma. Imagine this. Out of nowhere, you're given the opportunity to switch careers. You can't choose what job it is, but you do get 2 strange choices. You must pick one and stick with it for the next 5 years. Would you rather A, become a professional ghost hunter, traveling the world, investigating haunted places, and possibly encountering things that go bump in the night? Or B, become a deep sea diver, tasked with exploring the most uncharted and mysterious parts of the ocean? Now, think about this. Both jobs have major risks. With ghost hunting, you can end up in some creepy abandoned asylums and hear whispers in the dark. With deep sea diving, you're literally heading into the unknown, where bizarre creatures and pitch black abyss await. So tell me, which career are you picking, and why? Scenario number 5, the stranger in the mirror. Yeah, this one is straight out of a horror movie. One morning you wake up, walk into the bathroom, and look in the mirror. But something's wrong. Your reflection doesn't match your movements. For a split second, you see it blink when you didn't. Then it slowly smiles at you, but you're not smiling. What do you do? A, run out of the house immediately, because whatever that thing is, you want no part of it. Or B, talk to it. Maybe it's just a glitch in the matrix. Or maybe it has something to tell you. Or do you go and do C, smash the mirror, because you've seen enough horror movies to know this can't end well. So seriously, would you try to figure out what's happening? Or would you say, nope, out of there ASAP and be gone? Man, I can't wait to hear your answers. I'll be reading some of my favorite responses next week, so don't be shy. Send me your thoughts on social media or in the comments. And remember, use the hashtags FunFriday, hashtag Talk Radio. And hey, if you have a wild scenario of your own that you'd love to hear on a future episode, send it my way. I might just include it. Hey, before we wrap things up, I just want to mention that unfortunately, Michael Allison had to reschedule today due to illness. We are wishing him a speedy recovery and can't wait to have him on the show in the future. His story is seriously inspiring, so we'll be sure to have him back as soon as he's feeling better. Even though Michael couldn't join us today, we've still got plenty of great content lined up for next week. So stay tuned for more Motivational Mondays, Trending Tuesdays, and some fresh new segments that I'm super excited to share. So I'm continuing to brainstorm these ideas for different segments, different things, different stuff. Like today, when I added the Fun Friday to the little thing, you know. So adding segments is always kind of a plan of mine to get more engagement and more inclusion from my viewers.
You can't get engagement. You're already freaking married.
I know that. I mean,
okay.
Audience engagement.
I know.
Talking.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Smart ass.
Yep.
But right now, I want to hear from you. What are your weekend plans? Got any cool events or activities lined up? Or maybe you've got a question for me or feedback about the show. Let me know. I love hearing from you, and your input helps make the show even better. Remember, start using hashtags when on social media, or even when you're commenting on my video. You know, start using some hashtags. Hashtag Talk Radio. Hashtag Finally Friday. Hashtag Fun Friday. Hashtag whatever day of the week. Motivational Monday, Trending Tuesday, Wedgie Wednesday, Time Warp Thursday. Yeah, just kind of throw in the hashtags. That helps kind of get the name out there. It helps spread the word. It helps get engagement from people, you know. But, you know, enjoy your weekend. Take some time to relax. Recharge your batteries, you know. Get ready for the week ahead. And most importantly, keep pushing forward. You know, keep moving forward with whatever your goals are in life. Like on last night's show, if you stayed until the end of the ending credit music, I put a video on there saying, "Oh, I might just quit altogether." I was playing an April Fool's joke on you 3 days late, but it's still playing a little April Fool's Day joke, waiting to see if anybody would stay around long enough to see that and be like, "What do you mean quit? You did." But nobody did. But yeah, just, you know, most importantly, keep pushing forward with your life, pushing for your goals and dreams. You're doing great, and I'll be right here cheering you on all along. You know, you guys cheering me on, I'm going to cheer you on, and just kind of, you know, stick with each other and make this happen and try to better the world for the better, you know, whether it's through a dream of yours or say you got a goal to like donate a bunch of money to some kind of charity like homelessness or kids hospital or something, you know. Yeah, just do the best with what you got. That's what I do. I do the best with what I got. I ain't got that like Hollywood movie star looks and all that stuff. I ain't got the Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon fan type things where hundreds and thousands of fans wanting to watch my show all the time. I'll get there hopefully sooner or later. I'm still going to push forward with that goal of being popular here on YouTube and having fun with this. And then some of my future plans that I would be discussing in time that y'all can be a part of as well. And just kind of, you know, look forward to the future of Talk Radio, Crow Rules Entertainment, D&J Show, all those things that are coming up in the future of my business, my show, all that stuff. And I think it's going to be awesome. So much love to you guys. Have a good weekend. And I will see you all on Monday. Motivational Monday. I'm already trying to motivate y'all, and it's on a finally Friday. I'm a few days early. But I want to keep you all going. Push, 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 push. You know? Say you hate your job. Okay? Keep pushing through. Sooner or later, you're going to go after a dream, and you ain't going to need that job no more because your dream will come true, and you'll be like pushing forward on something else other than your job that you hate. Because, let's be honest, most people hate their jobs. They just work there to make the money. So, yeah. Have a good weekend. Take care. Recharge those batteries and be ready for next week with more talk radio and more work. So, much love.